1900 Waverly Street. Back street in Philadelphia. A good street to walk down if you're trying to avoid a lot of people. So a lot of dog walkers kind of creep back here just to sort of let dogs do their business off the beaten path, since there are only so many options. And in dog walking, it's this weird thing of how quickly can you get a dog to a spot that seems appropriate. In the city, it's kind of like you kind of give up because, you know, you can only do so much if you know your dog needs to hurry up and get out of the house. They'll just, you know, go right there on the sidewalk, and that's just the way the city is, kind of. As long as you have your bags with you, and some people carry water bottles or whatever to rinse off anything that might be a little bit too much in a, you know, if it's in an area where people are walking heavily. But not always, like not everybody can do that, or they forget, what have you. So, all right. It's quiet here today on 19th Street. It's late afternoon, between 3:30 and 4, to see how Waverly. Now I could be going down to I might actually be on Addison. So this is probably Addison. Waverly doesn't always go straight through, but it does wave. It does zigzag. Usually it staggers north instead of south. So, and Addison runs parallel. Let me look, because anyway, Addison runs parallel to Waverly, but just south of Waverly. So we'll see if they have a sign down here. I kind of forget. It's hard to tell. They might have one down here. The reason I thought maybe this was Addison is because there's a little through street there that that's part of a complex, and if they were to stagger both Waverly and Addison, that could be considered still Addison Walk. But let's see if they have a sign down here. I'm heading west, and I started at 18th, so we're creeping up here on 20th. Oh, so Waverly. So although one of the letters is kind of vanished a little bit. This started happening way back between, like, after 2011, so it looks like part of a W, like, you know, the A and almost all of the V is gone on Waverly. So way early. It could, you know, whirly or whatever. So, good call. I was kind of wondering if, you know, which way Waverly went there at 19th Street, but it does jump slightly south instead of slightly north. Over by 15th and 16th Streets, it jumps north. So you're on Waverly, and then it kind of staggers up, you know, like a house or two, and begins on the north side on 15th Street. So it's an interesting street. It's quieter. There are nice homes all along here. Townhomes, I guess. Townhomes, row homes. You know, someplace. Hi, oh, corgi, little puppy corgi. And some of these places are converted to apartments. So, you know, the illusion, I guess, might be that they're, you know, an entire house, and then you walk up and you realize there's like a ton of buttons for apartments. So for instance, that house there has 2 mailboxes. So 2 dwellings exist in that building. It's probably Tetris-like in nature. So some people probably walk in that door and go straight up the steps to their unit, and the other one probably is, there's like another door right inside the outside door. So that would be my best guess on that type of home. And then there's some unusual homes here. So this sort of seems like, you know, almost Spanish inspired with the clay shingles, if you will, or Greek inspired, or it's unusual to see homes like this. Like, this is the only one I know of with a with this style of cement, I guess. You know, a interesting home, probably considered on the, I guess, modern side-ish, you know, with sort of a Greek Isles flair, or you would see all white homes near the beaches of various islands in Greece or whatever. It's painted all white and has that feeling. Head on over here, and then, you know, that would be considered probably Waverly or Addison Walk, depending on how they. Probably Waverly. Addison is further down in this section. Should we go back? So that's Addison over there. Addison and Waverly, of course, run parallel. Waverly slightly north of Addison. They run east and west. This is Lombard Street. And these homes are new here on the southwest corner of Lombard and 21st. So these are all new and for sale if you're interested. So, gotta have some big bucks, I believe, to live here. KW Empower. Yeah, it's hard to tell sometimes. Should we go down Tryon? This is Tryon. I guess it's actually pronounced Tryon. It's Tryon. And this is a favorite street. I used to live more in this neck of the woods, just over on 19th instead of 21st. This is the 21st 100 block. And I would have been about another block south of this. And I can remember, you know, my world was sort of kicked up into a major whirlpool. You know, whirlwind is a better word, and constant chaos. In fact, there's a lot of signage that's been taken down, and, you know, it's been, you know, almost 14 years now. But the signage on telephone poles, mailboxes, everything would say chaos, F-U-C-K. So the one downside of living on streets like this is you have these tight spots to get through. I'll show you, Anna. I can remember coming down here. I think it was this block, or it might be just south of here. And I remember of it being a very peaceful moment in time when someone was maybe having like wine in their back porch.